Pat Wright.
Welcome.
The quick PowerPoint training. Let's see if I pass the test. Down, quick arrow. There we go. We were here a couple of months ago. We asked for a proclamation, such as we got from the city of Mesa, where I am from. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Pat Wright, legalizeferrets.org. And for moral support.
I'm Ferret.
And anyway, we've gone to a couple of cities.
Could you speak into the microphone, please?
Oh, okay. Ferret.
Ferret.
Thank you. That helps, doesn't it? Anyway, we've gone to a couple of cities, the first city being La Mesa, getting a proclamation for ferret legalization. We asked for a ferret-friendly city status, and we got the proclamation instead, which was very kind of them. Anyway, the ferret issue is not normally an issue for a city, but we have gone through the Fish and Game Commission, we've gone through the legislature without any success. Rocky Chavez's office was kind enough to tell us that the reason is that Governor Jerry Brown said he would veto any bill upon his arrival, and any bill wouldn't even make its first out of its first committee. So we haven't had a ferret bill for 10 years. And if people ask, what is the reason that ferrets are illegal? I've been in front of the Fish and Game Commission many times, and I think I've worn them down. And so if you Google, why can't I have a ferret, you will get all this information about hedgehogs. Because there's no very valid reason. Ferrets are illegal in 48 states. When's the last time anyone's heard of a problem? We really have no or limited access to our legislators. The Fish and Game Commission said they will not move forward because it will require a sequel and a full-blown EIR. We gave them one. We spent $18,000. It took them 10 years to read it. It's not been a very government-friendly effort. So a great man once said, limited government was to defend the rights of the people over the desires of government. I think that's such a great statement. Who said it? So I'm holding your feet to the fire there. And I think we need a second on the city council for to put this on the agenda. So we're asking you to put it, and we say do it for the little guy, and maybe life will be good in El Cajon, just as it is in La Mesa. So we would appreciate the ability to discuss this a little more in depth, and really thank you for your patience and thank you for your indulgence, because I know you have a full schedule and you've all been very kind. Yes, Mr. McClellan.
I remember a few years ago we had an issue on the agenda for pot-bellied pigs, and we finally got pot-bellied pigs, and then we got one for chickens, and then one for bees. So why not ferrets?
Actually, El Cajon did pass a ferret-friendly when the bill was in the legislature. Alice Kaiser, who had her name out in public, and when Schwarzenegger vetoed the bill, she had to leave. She moved to Arizona. But I like it. You're right on the mark.
Yeah, there you go.
So there's two.
We had a great chicken debate, remember? It was really pretty heated.
Well, who's against chickens and who's against ferrets? It's like, well, bees. I've been stung.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you quoting me. I think that's the first time I've ever been quoted like that. That's fantastic. I felt really powerful.
It was handy.
Let's keep talking about it.
Is there a second? I mean, because you're not easily available.
Hold on. Well, I did meet with you for coffee.
Yes, you did.
So, legally, we can't vote on something right now. It has
I understand.
It has to be agendized and go through the process.
All right. So I'm asking.
It looks like you're making good progress. And
thanks, Mr. McClellan.
Let's talk more about it. And
all right.
I got to go through the process. One of the council members has to put it up for agenda. So
I think we might have one.
So you're getting there. Yes, Ben.
Excuse my ignorance on this, but
Sure.
So don't ferrets kill chickens?
If you put a chicken and a ferret together, the odds are 50-50. But I mean, it's like a cat. I mean, the hunting instincts of a cat are significantly less. Or a ferret is significantly less than a cat. No, actually, they're pretty docile. But I can't say it wouldn't happen. But they used to say that the Poultry Association was opposed to ferret legalization, and the president of the Poultry Association, whose name escapes me, had a ferret and was on our board. But they used to say the Cattlemen's Association was against ferret legalization. And so we like had this little contest. How do ferrets kill cattle? And we like, they take ropes and string them across the cattle paths, like Star Wars.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can tell you're really passionate about it, and you're probably like a ferret expert or something. But I don't remember. I wasn't on the council when this happened, but I do remember. I think it was Mark Lewis who voted no for the chickens, right? And it's legal here.
I believe it is. I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I think he voted no for it because something about the bird flu. Because I was sitting in the
Oh,
audience.
yeah, he was worried about disease.
Yeah. So it's legal here
Yes.
to have chickens, not roosters. Is that?
Not roosters.
Okay. So, and is it the same in La Mesa?
Chickens are illegal. We were compared to the chicken people there too.
Okay, and you didn't meet any opposition with them? Okay, so I mean that's fine.
The opposition is sort of inertia. I mean, it's a joke issue, and we're kind of in on the joke too.
But
Okay.
I think it is important to point out that the city has no ability to legalize or not legalize ferrets. It's a state issue. What they're asking for us is to weigh in on the issue, so perhaps we would sway the governor.
Well, we don't know who the governor will be, but when I go to legislators, usually I get silence, especially East County. But Joaquin Chavez and Ted Gloria, they're inching a little closer. But when you have a proclamation from a city, and when it gets debated, like in Encinitas or Santa Clara, it gets debated, but it wasn't decided. Even the debate helps because the only way we lose is to stay silent.
Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate it. I admire your activism. And
I need a life, I know. It's getting too old for
no,
this.
listen, if I ever need somebody to legalize me, I want you to be the guy who would make it happen.
I'm reasonable.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, and
thanks for
thank you
coming, and I'm
for
sure
the
that
help.
the council has heard you. And Bob?
You remind me of the lady or the gal in the Bible that kept asking and asking and asking the judge, and finally he said, okay, well, that's what happened with the chicken lady. She was back again, and she brought in more information, and finally, I think Mark Lewis got swayed over. I don't remember the exact vote, but I know first of all he voted against it because he was worried about the disease and all that. But she brought information in that kind of counterbalanced that. So now we allow chickens, but not roosters.
Though I don't want to take up any more of your time because really you have significant issues that are city specific. So I mean, unless I'm invited back, I appreciate you all have been very kind to me, and that I appreciate it. But I don't want to be a gadfly. So
Well, you're certainly welcome anytime. And
sure. I very much appreciate that.
And,
It's sort of dealing with the government on the state level. I had zero faith when I started because you should see some of the videos and the insults that they would say. And when you talk to the Fish and Game Commission, they're on their cell phones. They're not paying attention. And then, so I appreciate the respect.
I've seen that at the Capitol as well, and I think that's very disrespectful. So,
Yeah, I think so too.
all right.
Thank you all.
sir.
Thank you. And thank you everybody for listening.